control for when things started to get out of hand, they could put the blame on Jake. Because look, for instance, with the George Floyd situation, alright? The leaders of Black Lives Matter and whatnot. They been controlled by George Soros and them, these elites and them. You understand? And the thing is, it wasn't himself, Jake, who was destroying the place. It was these Edomites, these agents at the plant was doing that. And they had been caught many times. They had been caught many times and get put up.
They put on the black skin.
Yeah.
The so-called black skin, the brown skin. Right? And it's a full body space up. You know? So when you're close, you really, like this.
I'd like to show you how coding and deceptive
They
can make themselves dark skin, you know?
Yeah.
They can make their appearance
Done.
to be melanated, to look like Jake.
Done.
And you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference.
Done.
But I won't finish with that scripture.
Yeah.
Verse 12, yeah, I think it was 12.
Verse 12.
Jeremiah 42 and 12. Right.
And I will show mercy unto you, that he may have mercy upon you, and cause you to return to your own land.
Right.
But if ye say, we will not dwell in this land, neither obey the voice of your power, saying, no, but we will go into the land of Egypt, where we shall see no war, nor hear no song of trumpet, nor have hunger of bread, and there will we dwell.
Right, because hey, these is those who making that trusting in the system and making that covenant with death and hell.
And you think that's I think the but just to say something, you know, and I'll go back to the regeneration because this is the same spirit that was with Moses, right, in the wilderness. You know, that cry and say that we had stayed in Egypt.
They're the same spirit because really and truly, yes, they're the same spirit because this was going into actually when the Babylonians came and sacked the temple the first time and whatnot. A lot of them tell us, right? We wanted to flee. We wanted to flee to Egypt. Some of us even hired the Egyptian army, all right, to come to our aid. But there was a reason why Yahweh Basham Yahshai was saying and instructing for us not to go into Egypt because he had already give Jeremiah the prophecy that he's going to use the same Babylonians to take down Egypt. You got to see it. Yeah, so as I was saying, right? So, and it did come to pass. And that is a big cut for these Egyptians and them, these Egyptologists and them. Alright?
Yeah.
Because that prophecy came to pass. Where the Babylonians, oh, I know who it is now. I know who it is now. Yeah. Right? Where the again, man? Is that the Vaga said? Yeah. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? This when the prophecy was fulfilled, right? Why you all don't talk about that? Because written in the book of Jeremiah concerning the downfall of, because hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai used the Babylonians to take down not only the Assyrians, the Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, Arabs and them. You understand? Yeah, when they want really book of Jeremiah, they were saying Yahweh Hashem Yahshai using Nebuchadnezzar to knock down all these heathen nations one by one, knocking them down. Right? The Egyptians, all of them get knocked down. Right? That's the reason why, that was the main reason why. that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua instruct them here to do in that same scripture, alright, to do not go into Egypt. Stay and serve the Babylonians, and the man will make things be good with you. But hey, they refuse. Alright, so where Yahweh Hashem Yahshua do? He let Egypt get conquered, alright, and the Chaldeans and them, he let the Chaldeans and them sack we in Egypt. Go and read the book of Jeremiah. Right, but continue on. Right, but this scripture is what they be using it twofold here. Right, because it can only be in literal, but it also spiritual. Right, because this is the same mentality, alright, that our people have given Micah 2:10 Barakasha.
Even this time, because even though it was that happened at that time, you know, it's still a future prophecy. Right? Because the things of old is what keep coming back, you know, a recycle our regeneration.
If you get this scripture from everything, all that, everything I was looking for our learning here.
Micah 2:10, right? Look at Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah.
Because it is polluted,
Yeah.
it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Right, because hey, our people they don't want to depart from this place, but today I'm waiting on you, they were here, I studied certain things, you know, and like, but we gotta go to this freaking place, but this place does nothing to offer us. It does nothing good for us. It does nothing for you to prosper. Alright, you have an independent slave coming by these people. These people want to wipe you off the map. These people want to control you. Continue with the scripture there.
Verse 15.
You find this up there?
Yeah.
That's not whole. Bring it out there.
It says, Romans 15, verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Yeah, it was written for our learning. Why?
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Right? Might have hope. Alright? Because we're being edified. Again, giving you wisdom and knowledge, which will be the stability of thy times. You know? So continue with the scripture there, Kyle.
Verse 15. And now therefore hear the word of Yahweh, ye remnant of Judah. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, if ye wholly set your faces to enter into Egypt and go to sojourn there, then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt.
Alright? If you think, well, by going and taking that antidote, alright? A lot of people too, before all these things had to take place and whatnot, when Trinidad really started ramp up in crime and whatnot, by looking at the plant and go to America, yes, by Trinidad, that's crime. Not knowing that it has something brewing more worse to come than what Trinidad could even experience.
And what they're doing is they're jumping from the plant
into the fire. Alright?
And like Jake said, Jake's always, as you see a little prosecution, alright, Jake's always looking at the girls like
And that's from since the beginning. You know, that when you already saw, same way we was always running into Africa and hiding. You know, when Ibn Yahushai was young and Herod was threatening to kill him, what the angel Lord had Joseph do? Into Africa, into Egypt. You know? So we was always fleeing, always running from persecution.
But when the master had sent out the servant, right, the Lord had sent out the servant to build those that were to come into the marriage, what they did, they suddenly had the one very
spoke the animal.
So you know, Jake's always looking for the girl type.
Yeah, they were trying to hide.
You know, say someone, hey, follow me. I want Mary, my sister. I want Mary, my mother.
But he dead, buried, dead, buried.
Then dead.
What up?
Then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you in the land of Egypt, and the famine whereof ye were afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt.
And now go back to what the first to say, it shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Let's go back to the first, you know, in Deuteronomy 28, it say that it shall what? Overtake thee, pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
That way it's going to it.
You read.
And there ye shall die.
And here you go dead. Right? You want to go and take the antidote, you want to go and take the MOTB and whatnot to say you're going to escape. Like my cousin, I go and take it because I not going to starve. I take it. I give you say now, I not going to starve. And I not feeding nobody. I don't know if she throw it. I know she throw it up for me now. You understand?
You know what she said, now you going to starve.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
But she, you know, all from her arm is Matthew 6. Matthew 6 and 24. You hold on from her, right? So go ahead, read up.
Verse 17. So shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to the... So shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword.
They shall what?
Die by the sword.
They all who take the antidote, right? All who take the antidote, all who go and take the MOTB, alright? And worship the beast and whatnot, right? You all is going to die by the sword. Right?
By the famine.
And by the famine, go ahead.
And by pestilence.
Right.
And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them.
And again, to what you were saying is the same spirit. Because all these things coming back. Look here, you have your boy, your loving, your loving, favorite, friendly neighborhood white man, Bill Gates, predicting a smallpox. Oh God, buddy. But the man said, he said, they just say he's freaking, buddy, this guy is mad, but I can't wait for, hey, watch my ready to actually seriously speaking on all seriously. I can't wait for when these people get knocked out of power, you know. Seriously, you know. Because here it is, you say it, and if we say it, it's our problem.
To be honest, them each time was getting mad at all the tutors and
but I watch this, these tutors, I could give one fuck about them, but I could care less about them. Excuse my language, sorry. But I could care less about them. I want to see them dead. I want to see them, according to my brother here the other day, they were what he said, and it was vivid in my mind. You will see them literally dragging on the ground. I want to see that take place bad. I want to see all them drag on the ground. Dragging like if all these freaking soldiers on that fire. You understand? That's why I want to see what all they want.
I don't want to see that. I want to be the one to destroy. You see these students?
Yeah.
Watch me. These students, I tell you, I have a level of hatred for these sellout house niggas. For these, you see these jakes? Right? That you know, you're taking time to explain, go through and verify these words that they have been Father, and they say, you really know everything. Like you know something. Like
you know come me with that shit. You know? Like if you correct, like if you know something. Alright, well if you teach me something then. Teach me something. Let me sit down and teach me something. And the thing is, they ain't gonna pull up book and prove something like this. No, them coming here, them coming with their own blasting.
That's proud.
And watch man, I was talking to Jake and those guys, and everything I tell him, he know. So, when I think, he said, if you do everything, I said, this guy know everything. I end up leaving him. So I say now, when they send me to work on my location when he was, I'm here and he sit down watching phone, listening and gospel now, well preaching now. Right? So when I look in the phone, we listening to our Edomite. An Edomite.
So, do you know that is an Edomite?
No, he don't know that is an Edomite. But he know everything.
My people are destroyed for a lack of
Wait,
knowledge.
I say the Abashim Yashai is going to fuck you niggas up, bro. Yeah, you niggas is going to die in the worst way, bro. And I can't wait for that, bro. I'll be so happy, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'll be so happy to see you niggas die in the worst way. I'll be happy to see when your children dying before your eyes. And your bellow and your belly boiling, your belly burning you because you're seeing your children dying and you can't do nothing about it. I'll be so happy to see that, bud.
I would like to put them to that.
It will be magnificent.
Yeah, that might be that scripture there. And in Jeremiah chapter 16 and chapter 16 here and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, right? And right now that's what we do, we fishing, right? And they shall fish them, and after will I send will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, right? And from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
And that is only talking about the elect Jake in the 144,000. That also speaking about Esau Edom, where Yahweh Shemashah is going to put these Edomites, put the spirit in these Edomites to hunt all they feel all they going and hide in church house.
Yeah.
If all they feel all they going and hide in Mount St. Benedict.
Yeah.
And St. Teresa's RC Church in 6th Avenue, Malik, and the Universal Church of right across the road here, and the Pentecostal Church. And if you all think you all is going to hide in the church house here, I'm telling you, it's they self to come in and meet on the dumb niggas. Go watch the freaking movie Purge, man. That's not still like what they thought, huh? Because hey, when they watch the movie Purge, the last Purge 4, which was the showing how it actually started up. Where a lot of these niggas and Hispanics went and hide in the church, right? And what take place? What the man do when he find the man was running the Purge? When the people who over him find well nothing really taking place and they call him and they know what's going on, but things ain't really happening and we that what not so forth. Because they find it's only the madman alone, he alone was acting out. Because everybody was partying. Everybody was partying. It's only the madman, he was doing a skeleton. What was his name, boy? I forget his name, yes, boy. He was the only one was taking, he was the only one was carrying out the actions now, boy. But when the elites and them get fed up, and they call the saddest man, we do. The man went and called the freaking mercenaries, boy. He went and called mercenaries, which was all Edomites. And when you go and you look up, hey, I have a series, I'm doing a series, I want to better taking that. I think it's that one is part 3 or part 4. Alright? Where a man by the name of Trey Higgins, the man have concrete evidence and proof, everything in black and white documented, understand, concerning the Rex 84 plan, where the agenda is to kill out the so-called Negroes and the Hispanics. It was the King Alfred plan at first, but in 84, Ronald Reagan, he and the next Edomite man, they amend it and they include the Hispanics and the Native American Indians in it to wipe them out. Alright? And what in it have clauses where there's going to deputize these militia groups. You understand? So read over that scripture again, read over that Jeremiah 16
But so that
Go ahead now, go ahead.
You read this last one say, if you watch the last movie, the last first movie, you'll see that what? Or that the founding fathers, right? And the who was a hole in the church where they was. They was in the church. Right? And even the priest, he did the first purge, he did the first sacrifice.
That was Pt.3. That was election year. I know you're talking about. That was election year.
So these harlot houses will be slaughterhouses.
Scripture.
Because, right? So,
what they said, this is Jeremiah 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill where they hide in whichever country you go to, right? And out of the holes of the rocks, right? For mine eyes are upon all their ways.
Go ahead. So
the Mosai, he was fishing with the word, right? But after when it is famine and the word come, right? Where we will be out on the street, preaching this gospel no more. After then will the hunters come.
Gone. Right?
Gone.
Go ahead up.
Yeah.
Read back 17.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 42 and verse 17. So shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt, to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword.
They shall die by the sword. Go ahead up.
By the famine and by the pestilence.
And by the what?
By the pestilence.
Go ahead.
And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them.
Gone. Right? None of them is going to escape. Right?
Sword of the Lord.
Esau Edom by. Right? There Isaiah 29. No, Isaiah 28 and 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand when the overflow. From the top. Isaiah 28 and 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. What goes back to that same Matthew 24, Matthew 7 and 24, we talks about when the floods came in the house now, boy. Get out. Get that scripture for me. Matthew 7.
They shall overflow and
oh shit, yeah, sorry, yeah. Going back to the truth. Sit up here, drop that.
It shall overflow.
It shall overflow. Into the hiding place. It shall overflow the hiding place.
Right, so when Esau Edom, setting up all these snares in different philosophies and lies, the truth is now being overflowed. Right? The truth is now being overflowed into these secrets. So now, with the truth coming out, you can see that these different philosophies or different things that they put forth in lies.
Correct, that's right, because when it come down now to verse 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, alright? Disannulled, right? And your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it.
They want to be trodden down.
Like when you come now, compared to like 10 years ago, the amount video is short.
Go back to the same thing.
When you come and you see the short, you must see some Hebrew Israelite group. You must see, even if it's alright, if it's IUIC, we know that they are on that resource system, but they also push part of the truth. So you must come to some type of awareness. You understand?
They Lord had them doing it, just waking up people.
Yeah.
But you know, what is the scripture? What was reading to about this annulling, right? Because at the end of the day, the two-thirds, not like the elect. The elect, God will choose to disannul that covenant, right? The two-thirds, the Lord himself wanted to disannul it because of they love wickedness so much. They cleave to this, to darkness and not light, right? So the Lord himself, you know what? And I say, I had enough. You know, I can't, I'm not going to suffer all it to keep to stick for it. All it to stay in that wickedness, right? I gonna take all it over and break that covenant myself, right? And put my covenant inside all it, you know?
And even just to show that, hey, as the scripture says, I believe it's in John, he said that the men that the Lord has given me for they are dying. You understand? Because even when we are out in the world, you know, doing wickedness, the Lord knew, hey, with who this strength was. Right? That, hey, when I call these men, they will hearken and they will not turn from it.
My sheep hear my voice.
And they will not turn from it. And they will hate the wickedness that they used to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, go back to Isaiah 30 and I think it was 21, where they will throw away the like a menstrual cloth.
Yeah.
You know? But,
Let me say this down. 2 Corinthians chapter 15. Right? And verse 4 it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful words are fulfilled. So the Lord said, fulfill going on there. Well, they do so much evil.
And watch it?
Yeah.
And watch it? Salafia?
Yeah.
Right, so watch this. He said that here, right? Where we read it? No, this one was like sword,
famine,
death and destruction, right?
Yeah.
Go back to the Jeremiah 42:17. Go back to that. Give me Second Ezra 16. Would you have Ready? Focus. Our comment this year, I was very Second Ezra 16. Yeah, Second Ezra 16, right? And 19. Well, it can be 18 and 19. Alright, so read over that verse 5 alone.
Right, it's 2 Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right? Read back, let's read it. No, 42 and 17. Yeah. 42 and 17.
Book of Jeremiah 42 and 17 again. So it shall be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to search and there. They shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them.
Alright?
This is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. It said the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear.
Right?
The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Say, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Right? We want to read it.
Amen. Right? This is the Jeremiah 15 and verse 1. It says, then saith Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for famine to the famine, and such as are for captivity to to the captivity.
So watch this.
Right?
Watch this, right?
Yeah.
Now,
If you notice, if you notice, we read the four precepts that say the same thing. Right? What that is showing you? Yahweh Shai constantly repeating. Constantly been repeating. And I just four. We can look for many more. I just four. Yahweh Shai is a man constantly repeating himself. So what that means? That it's surely going to take place. It's surely going to happen. Right? It's surely, it ain't gonna let up. Because why he make sure and repeat it? Where's number 4 again? 3 is perfect, is
perfection
for his mercy. But right, that's how we gonna show his mercy.
Right.
That's how we gonna show his mercy. By bringing judgment upon this place.
This is Isaiah chapter 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it.
John.
So the word of the Lord is true, is faithful and true. It's going to come to pass just as he said it's going to come to pass. You know? Just as the men of the Lord prophesying on the highways and the Bible say it's going to come to pass. Right?
Hey, no matter how much, blasphemy you speak against the scripture, which is really against the Lord you're speaking at, because you're trying to make the Lord a liar, it will never stand. So that's why the scripture says you could never do nothing against this truth, but for the truth.
Yeah, you can't do nothing about this truth. This book is bulletproof. Right? It's bulletproof. Right? That's why Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. Right? No one of these shall fail, none shall want a made. You know? None shall want a made. Yeah, none would have want none. You can't know what a book you can pay with this book. Right? You can't know what a book you can line up. You can't know what a book with prophecies like this book.
No way.
Right?
And
You know?
Quran,
You can't.
Yeah. Unholy Quran.
You can't.
The book of the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says you want the book of life for them. But you want to read the book of the dead.
Can't.
You see something wrong with you niggas, right?
Can't. You know? They want this dead thing. And that's all Kemet, all these Kemet, Negroes who want to believe there's Egyptians. Right? Yahweh Shai done take out Pharaoh, and you still want to believe.
Yeah, you take off Pharaoh dread to it.
Real dread.
Take off Pharaoh dread.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he said it. On top of that,